I'm going to show you how to make a lot of money in crypto. But we do need to ask ourselves the question, is cryptocurrency just a giant Ponzi scheme or is it a legitimate market? Well, today I'm going to show you the correlation between Tesla and crypto. And if you understand this one thing, you will make a fortune through the crypto markets, short, medium, and long term. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let's dive straight in. So first of all, Tesla is listed on the NASDAQ. So it's on the NASDAQ stock exchange. And its volume, daily volume, is around 50 to 90 million per day. In terms of the amount of stocks are bought and sold, is around 50 to 90 million. It has been higher, has been lower, but that's the average at the moment, give or take. And cryptocurrency, well, I've just chosen one. Polygon Matic is a layer 2 solution for Ethereum. It's listed on quite a few different exchanges, the most popular being Binance, and the average volume is around 50 million. So you can kind of compare them neck and neck. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to compare price action and buying and selling behavior, because most people believe that it's the fundamentals that drive price action. I'm going to show you without reasonable doubt that it's not. It's fear and greed. It's human psychology. It's crowd psychology. And if you can understand this, you'll make a lot of money in all markets because you're not kind of behind, you're 2 steps ahead. So now let's just dive into a nice chart with Tesla. There's a thing called zero-sum games, non-zero-sum games, and minus-sum games. Now, a zero-sum game means for there to be a winner, there needs to be a loser, right? And most people see the markets like this, but it's actually a minus-sum game, meaning there's broker fees, there's slippage, there's gas fees. So there's actually 3 people playing. There's you, there's everyone else, and then there's the brokers in the middle and the gas fees and the liquidity providers, etc. So you have to be highly skilled to make a lot of money. And I'm going to show you 2 things today with both Tesla and Polygon, and you'll see the correlation. So you can deduce if is crypto different or is it driven by the underlying same thing. And by the way, if you want to learn how to make some serious money, especially in the crypto markets, I've now built my trading masterclass, how you can really read the markets like a pro so you can make that money stick to your hands long term, medium term, and even in the short term also. It's free, is in the description link below. So with Tesla, what you want to know with any market is when you see a nice movement up, you would normally get a correction. And what we call this is a wave 1 and a wave 2. And I'm going to show you this with Polygon as well. Wave 1 and a wave 2. And most wave 2s retrace back to a maximum of 78.6. There's some time ratios as well with Tesla as well. So we're just going to unfold this data, and it's going to blow your mind how accurate this is, but more importantly, how we use this information to buy. We also got something called a momentum indicator at the bottom. This just helps us when the blue line goes above the red, it helps us peg the bottom. So we've got something called pattern, price, time, and momentum serving us. So I'm just going to unfold a few bars. So this is data I've taken back to the 10th of June, but these are the patterns that you're looking for. So here what we're looking at is Tesla has done something called an ABC over 2, and this is the best pattern. If you can spot this pattern in any market, this is a massive buying signal. It's called an ABC correction, especially when it's at this ratio. Really, really important. By the way, I cover these detailed ratios in the masterclass, so I'm going to cover a lot of depth, but if anything kind of fries your mind, in the masterclass in the description link, I cover this in a lot more detail in layman's terms. So what we're going to next wait for is something called a bullish reversal. See this blue line down here? When it goes above the red, then we're going to look for a buying signal, right? So I'm just going to unfold a couple of bars, and it's this bar over here now is officially above. So what we do is put a buy order in where we're going to go long above this, and our stop loss is down here. I'm going to unfold another bar. It goes lower, so we haven't been triggered into the trade. We'll move our stop loss down here, but we're going to move our entry just on the 1 bar high because the momentum is now pushing up. But we've got the pattern position. We need to adjust it down here. This will make perfect sense because once we're triggered into a trade, this would have been triggered here. So it's a nice tight entry. What I really want to focus on is one entry, right? You want to buy low and sell high. And this particular pattern, I cover it in more detail in the masterclass. My favorite pattern by far is a wave 2. And we're looking at Tesla, right? Tesla stock, which has deep fundamentals. And we're going to see how you're going to be blown away with the comparison when I do it with Polygon. and the narrative as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to project in advance, where is this price action likely to go? So we're long, right? Let's just say you bought $5,000 worth of Tesla stock right now. You're long, great. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to zoom it in like this because I'm going to show you some valuable information. Because what we want to do now is realize that the markets are driven by fear and greed, human psychology, crowd psychology. And fundamentals help with that crowd psychology, how people feel about, in this case, it's a stock. But it's no different when it comes to cryptocurrency, and I'm going to show you this. So when you see a wave one, wave two like this, wave one, a wave two, we can measure this buying behavior and project a very special ratio forward called the 1.618. It's called the golden mean. It's a Fibonacci ratio. Most next impulsive movements tend to be something called 1.618. So I'm going to just draw this out. So this is a price target where most markets will get to as a minimum when it's a wave three. And Tesla did it very, very nicely. But then I'm going to show you something about pattern position where we can peg the tops. So I'm just going to unfold the data and get it a bit higher over here. So what we see with Tesla is that the price is fast approaching the 1.618, this retracement, or this extension, should I say. Then what we're going to do is look at this and go, is there any indication that this could be coming towards the end of a trend? Well, the answer is yes, because if we unfold a bit more data and it tags this range, can you see any particular pattern position? Well, this market here is breaking down to a particular structure. And what we're looking for are 5 wave moves to the upside. And I'm just going to unfold a bit more data over here. And what I see now is this really nice, and you want to be aware of this, a wave 1, it looks like this will be a wave 2, a potential wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. In this price range over here, this ratio over here that we're looking at that ratio. So now it's about exiting on a 1 bar low. But really what I wanted to get across is the psychology of buying and selling in 5s and 3s. And if you want to make serious money in any market, whether it's Tesla stock or crypto, the Masterclass is going to blow you away because I cover the 4 secrets that allow you to do this in a lot more depth and understand this. So take a snapshot of this, right? That's Tesla stock. Now we're going to go into Polygon Matic, right? Polygon Matic is a cryptocurrency. I'm just going to zoom in like this. I've taken the data back to the 28th of June, and it was showing a very similar pattern to Tesla. It had a nice move up and then a nice pullback coming down into these key ratio areas into a particular time zone. I'm just going to unfold the data, but we're also going to pay attention to the momentum over here. When the blue line crosses over the red, we're going to look for a buying order. And this is my favorite pattern by far. So as the market comes down, waiting for the blue line to go above the red. There, the blue line is now above the red. We can place an order on a swing high, put a stop loss on a swing low. And then if we get triggered into the market, boom, we're triggered in, and then the market takes off. Now I'm going to unfold the data, but what I want you to really see is the comparison to Tesla stock, right? And we're going to do a direct comparison of the two. The market takes off and it goes up. What do you see? Do you see a similarity between the two? If I just pull it back, look at this. This is Tesla. And this is Polygon Matic. You see the similarity? What it looks like is also making a nice wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we do the same price extension, remember that 1.618, we measure this high, project it from this low down here. Look at that. It goes right onto that 1.618. Almost identical to Tesla. What does that tell us? Is there a difference between crypto and traditional markets when it comes to buying and selling behavior? Well, the answer is no. I don't care. What about the fundamentals? There are fundamentals in both technology companies, obviously in different industries. One's in blockchain and one's in, well, it's tech, right? It's cars and it's tech. It's a tech company ultimately with Tesla. But what can we deduce from the price action? Buying and selling behavior is dictated by crowd psychology. And that's what we're measuring. So if you want to make a ton of money in all markets, telling you, take my 4 secrets crypto trading masterclass. It applies to traditional markets also, but what it allows you to do is be 2 steps ahead, seeing price ratios and pattern positions before they occur. And when they do occur, you know when to buy low and sell high. So if you found today's video useful, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'm going to read a quote from my book. I'm going to go with chapter 8 today. It's Henry Ford. It's one of my favorite quotes. And he says the following: it has been my observation that most people get ahead during a time that others waste. If you want to make a fortune, you got to put in the work. Making money is simple, but not easy. But learning the 4 secrets, what it will do for you mentally is see the markets for what they truly are. It's crowds buying and it's crowds selling. And when you see these patterns in advance, all of a sudden you can see if the market is feeling fearful, if it's feeling optimistic and greedy, so to speak. You know when to be taking profits and when to be standing aside and when to be buying. All right, take care.